Alright again, peeps. Well, I've got another little two-person tent to show you today. So I just recently got this one through the post. It's a Vango Nevis 200 two-person tent, and it's weighing around, I think, the 2 kilo mark. It's got a 3000mm hydrostatic head on it, so it's fairly damn waterproof. Packs up fairly small for a two-man tent. Of course, you can split the weight up between two people. So me and Candice went halves on this for our first year anniversary camp, which is coming up very soon, and I got it for £65, so you know, £32.50 each isn't too bad. I think these retail at a lot more than that, maybe around the £100 mark, something like that, maybe just sort of below that. So I got it at a fair steal, and I think the lady that sold it to me, she'd used it like once or twice, but it was in immaculate condition. So right off the bat, the first thing I really like about the Vango tents is this fast pack system. So it's just like a giant drawer cord bag with the clips, so even if you're in a rush and it's raining and stuff, you can just screw the tent up any old out and chuck it in that big bag. So that's pretty cool. One of the reasons I wanted this tent is because it's got 2 doors on it. That's the first time me and Candice have ever purchased a tent that has 2 doors. Means that, of course, during the night, if one of us needs to answer the call of nature, you know, you can just get out through your own door. So it's a bit more space in that sense, because I suppose you're going to have like a small porch on each side. It's a single pole with like little tiny poles at the end, kind of like a Wild Country Zephyrus tent would have. And also the colour as well, a nice shade of green. I thought it will sort of blend in a little bit more. It pitches all in one, so once again, if it's raining, you haven't got to pitch the inner first and get everything inside soaked. We've got our pegs, which are just standard shepherd stakes. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 pegs. So we'll see if that's enough. I've got some more Y-beam stakes and X stakes with me there, just in case. So yeah, we'll see how those go. Then we have, of course, our single pole, which is like a kind of a metal pole, so it's a lot sturdier, so it should withstand some of the severe winds that we end up in. I say single pole, so they're the little poles that you put in the ends. Not seen those before. So we've got those. So it's more like 3 poles. Power light poles, you probably can't see that right in there. Nevis 200 end pole. And then we've got the main pole itself. Goes through this sort of the centre of the tent, not lengthways but widthways. Hopefully you can hear me on this. It's a little bit windy today. We just had a bit of rain, so if it rains again, we might end up having a rain test for the first time for this tent. Okay, so got some poly cryo to put down on the floor. Let's get this tent set up and let's see what it's like. Well, that is probably one of the quickest tents I think I've ever set up, especially a 2-man tent as well. Very simple to set up, and it used all 10 pegs. I mean, I think I've got it set up right. We'll soon see. So I'm going to open it up, have a little look inside, but wow, I'm actually in love with this tent already. I really like it. Everything about it so far has been perfect. It kind of just looks like a roomier Wild Country Zephyrus 1 tent, but with 2 doors. I'm really impressed by it. So, see what it's like inside, shall we? Okay, so we'll have a look at this first door. So we've got like a Velcro closure, and then the zip inside. This is exciting stuff. Roll the door back. That distinctive Vango look of green, orange, grey. I do like their colour design coordination. Right, that clips back there very nicely. So our inner door opens up in like a full circle there, like that. So plenty of space, you're not tripping over the door. And then I guess it's my first time setting this up, by the way, so I've no idea what I'm doing. Can't find anywhere to put the door, but I guess you could just tuck the door in the brace here. A little Velcro thing going through there as well. I'm not sure. If anyone's got one of these tents, get in the comments and let us know as always. Tell you what we'll do, let's open it up both sides. So we've got 2 doors. So our second door, these little sort of like air vents slash I suppose areas like a rigid spine across it there. Pull that out so you can open up the door completely. Just roll the door back. Once again, you can see this door is a little bit different. This opens a lot bigger, this tent, so it's almost like the other door is like a back door kind of emergency door, and this is like your main door with like porch. There's a bit more porch space here, so a bit of variety there. Right, let's open this door up. Once again, opens fully. Got this strange little brace going through here. And that clips to the top of the ceiling in here. Tension band system. Do not remove slack only. Do not over tighten. So you can tension the tent from inside. That's quite interesting. Okay. So this is basically what we're looking at. We've got this big porch space in here. Store your rucksacks, your boots. And then inside the tent itself, got loads of storage pockets over there. It's got a funny shape to it. I mean, you could probably, I don't know, it says 2 man. You could probably squeeze 2 people in here at a push. You could definitely, I reckon you could fit me and Candice in it. And then round to the other side. So as you can see, the other side doesn't have a porch really. I mean, it's got a little bit down the side there. I suppose you could fit stuff like shoes and whatnot. You probably couldn't fit a rucksack down there as well, so you're gonna have to use that stuff on the other side. So I reckon what me and Candice will probably do going forwards is she'll probably sleep on this side, so she's got this little door to get out, and there's this little bit that extends outwards this way, so she's got a bit of space there. And then I'll sleep on this side because I've got like the porch space, the bigger opening door, and what I can do as well, I can cook inside the porch there, because I tend to be the one that does all the cooking and the boiling of the water and stuff when we go camping, so she probably won't mind me telling you that. Okay, just for demonstration purposes then, with the sort of sleeping setup, I'm just going to use my old Thermarest Z light silver pad, what's left of the silver coating on it. And then I've got this great little mat, the OEX Traverse IMX inflatable pad. So with the colder weather coming now, I think it's best to have like 2 pads, like a foam full length pad and either an inflatable half pad or an inflatable full length pad, just for extra warmth and comfort really. No matter how sort of insulative a mat is, you still seem to get a little bit cold, so I think we'll just use, you know, 2 ultralight mats, and it seems to do the trick for me. Okay, so as you can see inside, I've got the OEX mat and the Thermarest mat set up. Now I've pushed those right against the wall, and it only leaves you with that sort of amount of space. So I was to show you with this mat, look, that's right up against the door there, so your mats are going to be overlapping, so it's a tricky one that really. Really what I would say is you probably just want 1 foam mat between yours and then 2 inflatable mats for each of you to sleep on, and then you have to, I'd have to sort of squeeze in like that with Candice, I think. The length is fine, I mean she's only 4'11" and I'm only 5'10", so that shouldn't be an issue. It's the width of the tent. I mean we'll still fit in there, it'll still be quite cosy, so it's not really a 2-person tent, it's a like 1.5 person tent. Some of you might be cruel and say, well Candice only 4'11", Tom, she's sort of half a person. No, it's not funny, bless her. Yeah, so we'll have to see really. I mean, I can see from looking at it, judging from tents and tarps I've used before, me and Candice will fit in it. It just won't be as spacious as we thought it would be. But we've got 2 doors and a porch. I'm really happy about that. I'm going to get my sleeping bag in there next, and then I'm going to get in and just test it out. Plus it always feels good getting inside a new tent. So I've got my old Cumulus Ultralight 200 down sleeping bag. First down bag I ever bought. So I'll get that in there. I've got my new 3F ultralight rucksack as well, so I'll probably stick that in the door, see what that's like for, you know, fitting a pack inside the door. That's the biggest rucksack I've got, so I wouldn't be using anything bigger than that. And I've got the little OEX table as well, because I'll probably be using that on some of the camps, and it'd be good to see if I can fit that in the porch as well. Okay, well, I'm inside the tent now, and I've realised that I can actually sit up in it. If I sit in the middle part, which is really good. So these straps running through the roof here, through the middle, to like brace and give it extra tension, and they do work. So I've sealed all the doors up. So this door, like the sort of side little door, you can basically fold that away into that pocket there, and then you've got 2 more big storage pockets there on probably the side Candice will sleep. As you can see, it sort of goes out lengthways, and then there's a little bit in the middle that juts out, so she'll probably be able to fit in there just fine. And then I'm on this side, so that sort of gives you a rough idea of space. Probably not. Yeah, there's those tension straps. Oh, it's raining outside. Excellent, so this is getting a little bit of a rain test as well. Our other door, the big main door, see the tension strap comes through there, but this big door opens up onto that bigger porch, and when you open the door up you can slide it all back in that pocket there. Can you hear that? Raining. Yeah, so it's a strange design, it's different with these tension straps. And yeah, I can sit up there in the middle. Oh, and also where I'm pointing the camera there, you've got a little loop as well to hang a light. I do like that feature. Not all tents come with it, and I think they should do. You get an air vent there, and of course there, It's really raining now. We'll sort of see how it goes. I'll probably sit out in it for a little bit, see what it's like in the rain. I mean, me and Candice say will fit in this fine. With other people, I say, if you had, like, say, a woman that was taller, that might be an issue. You know, if you're a bloke and you're taller, you know, if you're like 6 foot or something, you'll probably be alright. Like very big people, like, what's the politest word, wide, might struggle fitting 2 in. So it depends really. I mean, I think that's why you got to go to like the shops, you know, get outdoors and stuff, and go in the tent section and just both lay in the tent and sort of see, you know, what's it like for space, stuff like that. Although I'll tell you what, whenever you get in tents in the shops, they always seem bigger, and then when you get them, they seem smaller. I don't know about if that's just me or if other people think that, but yeah. No, so far so good. I'm going to give it a chance anyway. You know, and I'm overall impressed. I prefer this over the MYX any day. So it appears as well with the Porch. You can cook in here. Pouring up some water. Got my rucksack here, so, and I've tucked that door back in there, you see, but you have to unclip the tension line first, thread it through the door, tuck the door away, and then put the tension line back on. I mean, you can use a tent without those. I suppose in like high winds and stuff, it's better to use them. So yep, so cooking space is pretty roomy in here. I mean, look. You've got loads of space between the stove and the door and the ceiling, so that's all fairly safe, you know, plenty of ventilation. Yeah, that's another winner in my book. And yeah, as you can see, if I zoom in close enough, the water's beading nicely off of it, so that's pretty good. So it's waterproof enough, there's no damp spots coming through the tent. So, sort of show you from the side there. It's a nice looking tent. It's plenty of space inside of it for one person, definitely, and it's probably as compact as my Zephyrus one-person tent. For 2 people, for me and Candice, I think it should be alright. It's not going to be as cramped as the tarp tent that I used on Chanctonbury Ring. So I think the main thing is just to give it a go when we next take it out. I'm quite happy with it, so yeah, we'll give it a go. You'll see this in a future video. So all that leaves me to say is thank you for watching. Get in the comments, let us know what you think if you've got one of these as well. Any tips and advice you've got on it. Until next time, thanks for watching guys, take care of yourselves, look after each other, see you again soon, bye.